Hello from the Big South Network studio. I'm Mark Bryant, and this is our Football Media Day preview of the 2021 season for Big South football. Very happy to have with me right now the head coach of the North Alabama Lions, Chris Willis. Coach, thank you for being here.
I appreciate you having me.
Well, we do appreciate the time, particularly in what has been an odd year, to say the very least. Let's talk about what you did over the past year. You guys had, your pandemic season was a 4-game fall schedule, 3 FBS games, narrow loss to Jacksonville State. What do you take away from that short campaign that you can build on?
Well, first thing, we wanted some type of normalcy in the fall, and we met with the team, and we have what we call the Unity Council. And we went back and forth. Do we want to do a spring if there is a spring? Do we want to go ahead and get the fall going? They just wanted some type of football. Also, during this transition, we have to get in 4 football games for the year to count. So we knew we had to get a minimum of 4. We could have played 5 or 6 if it presented itself, but at the time, we were able to get 4 football games scheduled. They also came to me, the players said, Coach, if we're going to do this, let's play some bigger opponents. Let's financially try to help ourselves. And obviously, during those times, there were a lot of people losing jobs and people getting laid off and such. And so we felt like what we were doing was best for not just football, but for our athletic department as well by lining up and playing 4 football games, and 3 of them obviously being FBS. But, we played some really good opponents, obviously BYU, Liberty, and you mentioned Jacksonville State, and even Southern Miss at the time. I mean, they're FBS, they're 85 scholarship. And so just the competition, the fight that our team had during that time, considering everything that was going on with COVID, and you tested the character of a lot of people, and I think we came out there a lot stronger, which is why I think our off season and the spring and our summer, the way it's been going, it's been awesome, and great attitudes. Just excited to get back to going with a full schedule.
Excellent. Now, this is a big year because it's the final season of your transition to D1 status. So what are the expectations for this year?
Well, I mean, as always, we want to be competitive, and we understand right now we're still building and working in the direction of some of these schools has been at it for quite some time. You mentioned Jacksonville State. I think they've been at it for over 20 years, but we understand we've got a challenging schedule ahead of us, but we want it that way during the transition. We're trying to find ourselves a little bit, and each year we've learned and grown from that. And we got 11-game schedule. I believe this year it's all FCS opponents, and we just kind of want to get a gauge of what it's going to be like when the playoff time comes. We hope to be in the mix of the playoffs as years to come, and this is giving us this schedule we've got is almost like a playoff round-by-round schedule, and we've always had this motto at North Alabama: just line them up, and we're going to play it. We're not going to fear from anybody. And I think we've gotten a lot better from where year 1 is to year 5 now. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years, and we just want to finish this thing out like we're supposed to, and get ready to set ourselves up for opportunity next year to possibly make a playoff.
Mm-hmm. Well, there obviously was a gap conference-wise, but looking back a bit, 2019, North Alabama 3-4 against Big South teams. What stood out about the conference then, and what has to happen now with even a change to the conference, an expansion to the conference, to be in the winning side of things?
Well, back then and that season in particular, and the times we have gone up against these, I mean, the competition is unreal. I mean, we've got 2. Talk about Monmouth and Kennesaw State's been consistently making the playoffs. Monmouth, congrats to those guys for what they just did and coming as close as they did to beating Sam Houston. It just shows you what type of strength with this program, this conference has, along with those programs. And so we've taken a lot of notes and learned from a lot of different teams. I wish on some cases we could have maybe played at different stadiums. The pandemic year obviously changed all of that. So we're getting to repeat some teams back at our place and going on the road. But overall, we've learned a lot from the conference. And, each year there's a learning curve to take from each thing. So.
Well, let's talk about the non-conference schedule. Okay. What do the Lions have ahead of them this year?
Well, let's see, we've got Southeastern Louisiana. As we know, we've got, I think, the player of the year in FCS, the quarterback. We open up at their place. Chattanooga, we get them at home. Week 2, we go to, I may have this backwards, but we got Jacksonville State at their place and then Nicholls State. So pretty good ones to start out of the gate. 3 of those 4 are on the road, and but our guys are up for the challenge, and we understand what's ahead. We're just blessed and happy that here we are at Media Days, and we're sitting here doing this again, and got 11 games on schedule. I hope it sticks. I mean, we all know that the COVID is still out there, but we're looking forward to it.
Well, thank you, Coach. We appreciate the time. We wish you and all the Lions the best of luck in the season ahead. And we thank you for watching another part of our preview for football 2021.